Have you had this experience before? That you met a prospect and you truly have a passion about this prospect. It's not because you are going to sign this prospect up as a client. It's because you truly think, number one, your service can help this client. Number two, this client really need your service. However, after you sharing your service, your program, your product, your service to this particular client, by the end of the session, this client said, oh, I don't think your service is worth this amount of money. It's too expensive. Sorry, I'm not going to work with you. It's too expensive. Raise your hand if you ever had this experience before. Yes. Now, this is about confidence in your market. Now, let me give you a quick story to really share with you what do I mean by that. The story goes like this. So when this little girl turned to 18 years old, her mom wants to give her some kind of gift. And the gift that she gave to her is a very old clock. So she said to her daughter that, here's the gift I want to give to you. Now this old clock actually comes from our grandparents, and I want you to have it. Now when this little girl got this old clock, she was like, seriously? This is a gift that you gave me in my 18 years old birthday? I mean, all my friends, they got a car, they got beautiful clothes. I mean, you give me the old clock. Come on, this is not a gift. And her mother said, today, because you turned to 18 years old, it is a very important moment in your life. Not only I want to give you the gift, but also I want to teach you a lesson that you will benefit for the rest of your life. And her daughter was just curious. What are you talking about? Yeah, tell me what's the lesson. She said, now here's what you got to do. So you take this clock, this old clock, to go out, try to sell it to see how much it worth. She was like, what are you talking about? And she said, bring this clock to the shop in the corner to ask her, what's the worth of this clock? How much you can sell it? So firstly, she took this clock to the watch repair shop and asked the owner, hey, if I want to sell this clock to you, how much would you like to pay? By the way, have you ever been to any of the watch repair shop before? Yeah? So you know this story is about. Now when the owner looked at the clock, the owner said, this clock looks too old. I can't even fix this clock. So if you want to sell to me, I probably only offer you $50 for it. That's it. That's it, $50. That's it. So she went back home, really disappointed, and said to her mom, see, this is the value of the clock. It's terrible. Come on. Is this the birthday gift that you gave to me? And her mother said, shall we give another try? So bring this clock to the coffee shop around the corner to see how much the owner want to offer you for this clock. So she went to the coffee shop and showing the clock, and the owner said, this clock is pretty old. However, I feel this is the style of this clock is quite a match to the style of my coffee shop. Now I might offer you some dollars, I might buy it and put it on the wall as a decoration. Now if you want to sell me today, I might offer you $500 for this old clock. She was like, oh my goodness, this is like 10 times more. And she went back home, told her mom this story, and her mom said, hey, this is good, but let's give another try. Bring this clock to an old antique store to see how much it worth. And she bring this clock to the old antique store to ask, hey, I want to sell this clock. How much would you like to pay for it? And the owner looked at the clock really carefully, looked up the clock, down the clock, everywhere, every angle of the clock, and said, if you want to sell me this clock today, I would like to offer you $30,000 for this clock. But guess what? $30,000 I'm offering you right now is just the starting point. If you don't like it, which means we can negotiate. And she was so excited about that. I went back home, tell her mom all the story, and she said something really, really magnificent. She said, let's give the final try. Let's bring this clock to the museum to see how much they want to offer you for this clock. And she did that in the museum. they actually offer her $150,000 for this old clock. Wow. Let me ask you a question first. During the journey that this little girl took the clock everywhere, from the first place to the final place, the price is significantly increased. But here's my question. Does the product change? Does the product change? No, the product remained the same, isn't it? What changed?
The target market.
The market changed, isn't it?
There's a story, there's a theory that says you can't say the right things to the right person and get a wrong response.
Exactly. I love it. Give you a high five, brother. Now here's the thing. In your business, your service right now, it is not about how wonderful your products or your service are, but it is more about how awesome your clients are. You got it? It is not about how wonderful you are, it is how awesome your clients are.